Oh man, why did Facebook Facebook failed to connect for some reason? Let me figure out why. It's just going to take me a second. How does that get turned off, I wonder? There's this little switch in Facebook that gets turned off that I got to go and turn on to get it to work. But it looks like it worked, so let's get going. We're going to get going live on LinkedIn, over here on YouTube as well. And we'll give Facebook just a second to catch up, and that will give people a moment to jump on, because we have it's a midday, it's a little midday break for you. But this is an important one today, because I'm going to answer a question that was asked of me in a comment to the live broadcast that I did last night. So I'm just getting myself squared away and organized here, hit all the right buttons to make sure we're doing all the right things, and then we are going to get right to this. Everything looks good. All right, you might not be seeing this, you might be seeing this in a recorded capacity, and that's totally fine if you're watching this on the replay. All right, so let's just get going into this. So I'm going to be answering a question that was asked of me in my live broadcast last night about how to compete against big companies and what you can do to win when it seems like the clients only want the big companies and the prowess that they bring to an industry. We're going to be talking about the industry. We're going to be talking about 3 things that you can do right now to start competing against big companies. And I want to show you how to win when you are competing against those big companies. And we're going to do all of that here today. For those of you who don't know me, it's Chris Prouty. And for the last 21 years, I have been helping, totally lost the train of thought because I looked over here to see a chat that came in. I'm going to start that one over again. So for those of you who don't know me, it's Chris Prouty, and for the last 21 years, I have helped thousands of entrepreneurs and experts wildly grow their businesses by teaching them how to attract their ideal clients into their business. And they end up having an abundance of clients to serve. Even though my clients have this product or service that they know can have a tremendous impact on their industry, they feel like they are not being heard online, or they're struggling against the competition. So we fix that with step-by-step plans and strategies that work every single time. In fact, if that is something that is appealing to you, I invite you to come to a free class that I'm having this week. All you got to do is go to that URL right here, type it in, my last name, class.com, proutyclass.com, and I will invite you into a free class that I'm giving this week. So I got this question. I did a live broadcast last night. In one of the comments of of my live broadcast from last night, someone said, I work in HVAC, which is heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and I do HVAC designs with CAD, which is computer-aided drafting, and then I run calculations in Excel, in spreadsheets. So this sounds like a very complex job that this person's doing, because if you've ever had to do anything with HVAC, you know that there are lots of calculations that need to happen to get that stuff right. So there's a lot of education, a lot of experience that you need to have to be able to do this. Sometimes there's apprenticeships that you need to do in order to be able to do this. So this is a very complex job that this person does. And the question that they asked me was, I want to do this as a solopreneur. I want to start my own business doing this, but it seems like all of the clients only want the big companies to do this work for them. And currently this person is working for a big company. So the clients appear to only want the big companies, and this person's hesitant to taking the step to doing it as a solopreneur. So we're going to unpack all of that today, and I want to give you 3 strategies that you can start using if you do want to become that solopreneur and compete against the big companies and ultimately start winning clients. All right. So before I get to that, another quick reminder, if you feel like attending a free class with me this week where we do talk about the 5 things that you can start doing to attracting clients to your business, just go to proutyclass.com and I will see you in that live class. It's direct with me. You get to interact with me and ask me questions. So let's talk about the 3 things that you can do if you're thinking about leaving a big business and going out as a solopreneur. The first thing that's important to understand is that in working for a big business, it's going to always appear as though the clients only want to work with the big businesses, because that's where you are right now. That's the environment that you're in, and that's what you're being subjected to. That's what you see every single day. It's something that we call confirmation bias. You're developing a bias, and it's being confirmed by seeing the clients come in only to want to work with the big company. But I want to assure you that confirmation bias is your best friend when you go out as a solopreneur, because then you're going to be surrounded with people who want to work with somebody who is out on their own, an expert or a specialist like you. And I'm talking specifically to the HVAC person that asked me this question, but this could apply to anyone that is a specialist that's looking at going out on their own. This confirmation bias simply says what you observe around you becomes your reality. When you're working for a big company, you're observing that companies, the clients only want to work with the big companies. But when you're out on your own, you're going to find people that only want to work with a solopreneur or a specialist. So the first key that I want to share with you is very simple. If you are thinking about going out on your own, realize that there is a whole collection of clients out there that want to work with you. And you simply need to be present in front of those clients and demonstrate that you can give them what they're looking for through your expertise. And then confirmation bias is going to kick in, and those exact clients are going to start coming to you. So key number one is realize there are clients for you as a solopreneur, and you will find those clients. So it's also important to understand that they might be different clients than the ones that the big companies are serving. There are clients that only want the big companies, but equally, there are clients that want to work with solopreneurs. So I want you to accept the fact that there are people that will work with you, but also understand that they might not be the same exact people that want to work with the big companies. Okay, so key number one is understanding that your clients do exist, and they will find you if you start doing the things to get in front of them. So what are the things that you can do to get in front of them? Well, that's key number two. Key number two is going to be make a list of all of the benefits of working with you as a solopreneur or as an expert. Just sit down and see if you can list 10 things or 15 things or 20 things or 50 things. List all of the benefits to working with you as a solopreneur or working with you as an expert. These are going to be the foundation for your marketing positions. These are the angles that you're going to be using in the content that you create. You see, when you create content and it gets in front of the people who are most likely to hire you, and you're showing them all the benefits of working with you, they're going to step out of the shadows and say, yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So key number two, make a list of all the benefits of working with you as a solopreneur. List as many as you can. I know you can do it. Just sit down and do it one day. Just clear out all of the distractions, turn the phone off, do it on a piece of paper with a pencil or a feather that you dip in ink or whatever you write with, and list all of those things. It's going to feel really good to do because you're going to unearth things about you that you might not have thought of. So make that list of all of the benefits of working with you. That's key number two. Key number three is to make another list. And what I want you to do is list all of the things that your potential clients might be resistant to working with you as a solopreneur on. So think about everything that might introduce friction in them wanting to work with you. Think about every objection that they might have. Think about every reason that they might say, well, you're just a solopreneur. And I want you to make that list. That list should be as long as your benefit list. And then I want you to take that list and I want you to find ways to reverse every single one of those beliefs in the content that you create. So an example of this might be someone says, you're only one person. And then you can say, yes, and by being one person, I'm going to be very flexible, and I'm going to work with more agility, and I'm going to work faster than a big company with many layers. So we took that friction, We took that belief that introduced friction or resistance and we turned it around into a benefit. So you've got the understanding that your audience is looking for you. You've made your list of benefits that you can start creating content and educating this group of people so that they see you as that sole source for the solution that they're seeking. And then you made the list of resistance and you're turning that list around in the content that you create at the same time. And so now you're nullifying any of these limiting beliefs they might have about working with you. And if you implement those 3 keys with consistency, the people who are your right clients are going to come to you. And so this is going to help you feel better about taking that step and becoming that solopreneur. Your clients are there, there's benefit to working with you, and all of that resistance that they have can be reversed and can be readily reversed. If you're curious about the 5 things that I talk about every single week about growing your business, the 5 key strategies to growing a business and attracting more perfect clients to your business, I do want you to hop onto this link right here. Just go to proutyclass.com and please sign up for the free class that I'm giving this week, please, because it's going to show you how to leverage 5 powerful strategies to start growing your business right away. People in the class start attracting more clients before the end of the class. It's only an hour long. We have so much fun teaching it, and I would love to see you there. So let's just recap all of this. There you are working for a big company. You know that you can go out on your own as a solopreneur and really have an impact, but you're worried that your clients aren't going to want to work with a solopreneur, when in fact they might not, but there's a whole collection of people who will. And in order to get those people to move closer towards you, start writing about all of the benefits to working with you, and then integrate into that reversal of all of the resistance, of all of the friction points. And you're going to start creating content that gets people to realize that you're the solution that they've been looking for. And when you're able to do that, that's when these clients just step right out of the shadows and start working with you. And when you're really ready, when you're really serious about growing your business, well, this link is here just waiting for you to come into my free class. Just go to proutyclass.com and sign up for that free class. If you happen to be watching on YouTube, now would be a genius time to click the subscribe button and turn on the bell for notifications so that you receive an alert every time I create a video about attracting clients to your business. And while everything that I've just taught you is important, it might not be the only thing that you need, which is why I'm going to put a link right here for you to check out right now about getting more clients into your business. And of course, if you click on my face, you can subscribe to my channel to receive alerts whenever I create videos like this. So that's going to wrap it up for me for this quick live for right now. I'm checking in the chat because as I glanced over, I saw my favorite. I saw Cicely Simpson checking in. Great point about clients who only want to work with solopreneurs. It's true, they're out there and they are looking for you right now. So break free from the belief that people only want to work with the big companies. There are people that are looking to work with the experts because you're going to give them a very flexible, very agile, very rapid transformation. You know, I have one more point to make on this, and I think I will make it right now. I was going to save it for another video. The temptation, follow with me on this last point. The temptation is going to be to lower your rates to compete against the big companies. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't advise lowering your rates because people are paying for an outcome. They're paying for a result. And the fact that you're a solopreneur has nothing to do with how much they're willing to pay. So I would resist that urge to reduce rates to compete against big companies. And instead, I would charge a competitive rate with the big companies because your clients are paying for an outcome. Okay? They're not paying for that you get to work from home or that you're a one-person show. They're paying for an outcome, and we charge for an outcome. So bear that in mind, because if you start lowering your rates, then you're going to be out of fair exchange, and they're going to be out of fair exchange, and you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're doing your industry a disservice. So the bonus tip that I'm going to give you is this. Don't lower your rates to try to compete with the big companies. Okay, don't try to undercut them by a tremendous amount. Ultimately, that will be the demise of your business because people pay for an outcome. They pay for a result. They pay for the work that you give them, whether or not they've hired the big company. So bear that in mind. Charge what your industry will bear. Charge what your clients will pay. And don't undermine yourself and don't undermine your industry. All right, I hope that makes a lot of sense to you, and I would appreciate it if somewhere near this video you would let me know what your biggest takeaway was as we were talking today. So thanks for checking in. I just checked in on LinkedIn and got all the comments there. Oh my gosh, YouTube is where the party was today. Eileen says, Chris, your videos have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Sally says this class was fantastic. Thank you for being in that class, Sally. I appreciate that. She's talking about this one right here. It's the free class that I give every single week. If that interests you, please be there. Jay Paul, great content, great business coach. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate the advice. I do want everyone to find Jay Paul in the YouTube chat. I want you to connect with this guy. He is absolutely hitting the ground at a breakneck pace. He and I have been working together for a couple of weeks, already starting to get leads, already starting to get meetings. And he has a service that he offers helping local businesses attract more clients. I love what he does. And it's Jadwong Paul. And I want you to find him in the YouTube comments. And I want you to find him on all the social platforms and connect with him and tell him I sent you, because he is someone that works with authenticity, with integrity, and with trust. And that is what I love to see in entrepreneurs. Thank you for being here. Eileen says, and if that guy decides he does not want to go out on his own, have him contact me. I have a job opening for HVAC engineer based in New Jersey. Unbelievable how this all works. So you'll find Eileen Ryan, who is the queen of the career, and she'll help you get hired rapidly. So solopreneur doesn't appeal to you? Eileen Ryan is right there waiting to get you that job. Absolutely love it. All right. Wow, we went for 17 minutes. I swore I was only going to go for 5 minutes today, but we went for 17. I'm so grateful for everyone that was here. And I just want to check in on Facebook, which I neglected. With you on our side, yes, Melissa Barr Jacobson says, you want to talk about a rocket ship. That woman, that professional, Melissa Barr Jacobson, is like the pilot of the rocket ship. It's almost impossible to describe how impactful she is in the lives of the people she serves. Hypnotherapist, confident life coach, gets your mind right, breaks through any barrier that you might be having, and can help you rid yourself of any of the things that are keeping you from excellence in any area of your life. And there are 7 areas of your life. She can help you with every single one with her service. She has unique and customized methodologies that will help you with her hypnotherapy and her counseling. She's unbelievable. Go over to Facebook and find her. Find her everywhere and connect with her. If you do feel like you're stuck and you know that it's here, she just clears it right out. I was talking to her one day. I think she hypnotized me while we were speaking. All of a sudden, all my mental blocks went away. I don't know how she did it. She's amazing. So I really do hope you'll check her out. It's Melissa Barr Jacobson, BOHERJACOBSEN. S-O-N, sorry, S-O-N. I was looking at an E when I said that. So Melissa, thank you. I'm so grateful that you were over here on the Facebook feed. Do love chatting with all of you guys. And so I'm going to wrap it up for right now, because you are going to take some time and go right here and get in on that free class. That's actually happening tomorrow. So I'll see you there, and I will see you on the very next live broadcast. Oh, I'm not looking at you as I say that. That's very rude of me. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you on the very next live broadcast. Take care, everybody.